quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
It stinks.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting edition of It Stinks right here on The Boom Broadcasting. I am so ecstatic to be with you today and talking. One of my favorite shows is back on the air. Tulsa King Season 3 has kicked off officially last week. What a great way to end the summer and go into the fall. But you got to remember, in the fall, you get that little buffer window, I call it, before the Chicagos, the FBIs, the Docs, the cleaning ladies, all of these other shows come back on. And Tulsa King waited. Because most time, Tulsa King runs in the summer and kind of fades out in the fall. They decided to wait and bring it later in an early fall premiere. Let it run through the fall and get us all the way through the fall season. Season 3, Episode 1. Just kicked off with a bang. Everything about this episode was great. I was a little leery going into this episode because Season 2 was good. But I remember Season 2, Episode 1 kind of started at a slow pace and everything built up till we got to the end. Season 3 did everything we wanted. It introduced new characters, introduced new storylines, introduced what my man, the General, Dwight McFreedy, has to take on. So we kind of realized in Tulsa King, Dwight had pretty much taken over the weed dispensary. He bought a car lot, and he's doing good. He's running his own bar casino. He's doing good for himself. He's enjoying Tulsa. He gets a call to come back to New York, and the family welcomes him back. Dwight does not want to have ties with the family because he has made Tulsa, Oklahoma, his home now. He enjoys being in Tulsa. The show also builds on so much more storylines. Of course, you know, Dwight was captured in the last season. We found out he was captured raided by the FBI. He killed an informative for the FBI. So now Dwight must become an informative for the FBI and report back to them. Anybody can get out of this. I feel like my boy Dwight, the General, will find a way to get out of this one. So you got that going on. You also had a young lady who is the daughter of her granddaughter to her grandfather, who runs a distillery. He's ready to sell, but he's caught in a hard place. Dwight really wants to buy the distillery, but he finds out he cannot sell, but Dwight gives him guaranteed proof that he'll have his back if he sells the distillery to him. So you add all of that right there with Tulsa King, and now that Dwight's going after the distillery. Of course, if you watched the episode already, hate to spoil it, so definitely hit the pause button. You know the guy that he pretty much had promised the distillery to came and roughed him up, had his goons rough him up, and they set his nice mansion on the lake on fire and burned it down. So that's how it is with Tulsa, you know. These are old school gangsters. When they cross your path, bad things would happen. Of course, you had the part about Dwight not having to pay the 10% to the guy Billy he made a deal with. So Tulsa King just kicked off great for season 1. Season 3, episode 1, season 3, episode 1. I was very impressed with it. I felt like they really just revved it up and started to build more. And that's how season 1 started. Remember, season 1 started with Dwight being exiled to Tulsa, and he had to build from bottom. He started from scratch with nothing and built an empire. Of course, my boy Tyson keeps the show. Tyson, I'm telling you, he better never die on Tulsa King, because he now is the comic relief you need on Tulsa because of the things he does. Wanting to be the gangster like Dwight, pretty much patternized his life after Dwight. He has the gun, has the suit, has the glasses, and it was just pure classic comedy. Them going to drop off the money to another set of gangsters and they were driving in an electric. I don't know if it was a Hyundai or a Tesla or a Honda, but it was an electric car, and it ran out of electricity. They had to pull over at the nearest EV station to charge it up, and had to call the height will call the deal off and get them to meet them at an EV station. Tyson was frustrated because Tyson really, out of all of them, has adapted to this gangster mentality that Dwight has. And Tyson really has adapted to it, saying, I'm a gangster, but Tyson's like my boy Malibu Mike from the movie. Malibu Mike, that's how Tyson is. So that's always the greatest part of the show. I'm telling you, Tyson better never die, because whenever he's on the screen, I just fall out laughing because how he does that character. He plays it very well. Tulsa King season 3, episode 1 was great. Cannot wait to see how they build on episode 2. But we got something. When they set the house on fire, then now that he's backdoored that deal and made a deal to sell Dwight Distillery, you really know they're getting ready to go to war. And now Dwight's been to war for the dispensary of marijuana. He's been to war for the racing with the horses and stuff. He's got his hands in a lot of stuff in Tulsa. The new guy who starts expanding his territory always raise red flags with all the OGs that's been doing this type of work before Dwight gets into it. Cannot wait for episode 2 to drop of Tulsa King. Could not leave you on instinct without talking about Big Brother. We are getting down to the final Mohegans left in the house. Vinny, the guy who I'm ready to see go. Morgan, somebody that if she left, I wouldn't be mad. My girl Ashley, who has not won a veto, HOH, has not won a BB Blockbuster if she had to play. She's not won nothing, but she survived. Miss Ava Pearl, who has won some HOHs and some vetoes. So, Ava's been a player. And Keanu, who has just been the comp beast this year. He's won all the vetoes that he's been in. He's won the blockbusters he's been in. Every time they feel like they have Keanu on the block to get rid of him, the guy finds a way to bounce back. But the biggest problem with Keanu is he cannot win the big one. He cannot win the HOH. And I really think if he won a HOH in this last few weeks of Big Brother, it could solidify him as probably one of the best Big Brother top players ever, but he just can't win it. It's like he cannot win the big one. And a lot of people are cheering against him. I'm actually cheering for him because he has grown a lot from episode 1 to where we're at now with Big Brother, with just how he has matured. He's matured his game. He's now strategizing, and he's making good moves. Like I said, he's won some HOHs. He just can't win the one that you be saying, Keanu, this is the one you need to win because this is the one that can set things up. A lot of people in the jury house, Will, Rachel, Lauren's in the jury's house. A lot of people been sent to the jury's house. I can't think of other guys there who just got sent the other week. But, oh no, not other guy, Kelly. Kelly got sent to the jury house. So the jury house is getting packed. So we're down to the final Mohegans. Keanu, Ava Pearl, Vinny, Ashley, and Morgan. Right now, it looks like Vinny's going to win it. He wins the head of household competitions at the right time. Morgan finds a way to win those veto comps when he's head of household, and they protect each other. Do I want Vinny to win? No. And I really wish Keanu could have won the HOH so that we can get Vinny on the block and get him out of here. I'm cheering now that my girl Kelly's gone. My guys Will from North Carolina is gone, from Charlotte. He's in the jury house. Kelly's in the jury house. My last 2 people I picked was Ashley and Keanu. I'm really cheering for Ashley and Keanu. If Morgan won, I would not be upset. Not at all. I just don't want Vinny to win. I don't like Vinny's game style. I don't like the way Vinny's plays. In Big Brother, you have to be a good chess move player. Vinny's playing more of a manipulative game where he manipulates people and get the talk game to get them to believe what he's thinking. And that's the object of Big Brother. Just the way he does is very sneaky and snarky that I don't like. I'm not serious that I'm hating on Vinny. Guy's playing a hell of a game in Big Brother. Can't knock it. Guys win HOHs. Won't take that away from him. The guy wins vetoes when he's on the block and they're trying to get him out. He wins the blockbuster events when they're trying to get him out. Will not take that away from the guys playing a hell of a game. Just, I don't like his social game. I think out of all the years I've been watching Big Brother, the social game was a very strong aspect of what took players to the next level or it kept on going week by week. Benny's social game is a new style that we never seen. It's manipulating people. It is making them second guess their thought. And that's Big Brother. That is Big Brother on the way, just has been done a different way. Cheering for Team Ashley, Team Keanu, really want them to win. If Morgan won, I think if Morgan and Benny are sitting on finale night, Morgan beats Benny. I think just because a lot of people have seen that Benny was been a snake, it's kind of been easing his way and stabbing people in the back to continue on. So I really think that if Ashley sitting in the chair beside Benny, that's a hard pick because you got to ask yourself, do we reward Ashley for surviving this long and not winning nothing? Or do we give it to Benny? If Keanu's sitting in that chair beside Benny, oh boy, now we're cooking. Because I think that would be a great challenge. Keanu, to me, has played a great game. From an arrogant guy to now being the most humblest guy in the room. If he's sitting beside Benny, he has a hellified resume of all the things he's won in Big Brother that makes him a hard person not to vote for to make him the Big Brother finale winner. If Benny's sitting beside Morgan, I don't know which way it can go. I really think they would probably go with Benny. I think Morgan kind of upset a few people in the jury house because she was sneaky, and they'll probably say, well, hey, Benny used her to protect him as a shield. We should reward Benny. So I really think the hardest one to win would be Ashley. She's got the hardest path right now. Ava Pearl, if she's sitting beside Benny, they're going to give it to Ava Pearl. Benny's not going to beat Ava Pearl. Ava's just been the lovable person that's, the social weird one that everybody likes. She's been that person that everybody just likes. The fan base likes her, TV base likes her. I like Ava. I think Ava's so cool. I think she plays one of the best games in the house. And she even said it that, a lot of people look at her as socially weird and she's, a weird person, but everybody in the house just loves her personality. I think Ava has a beautiful personality when it comes to playing Big Brother. So if she's sitting there on finale night and I had to vote, Ava Pearl would definitely get my vote. I really like to see Ashley, Ava, Keanu win. Those are the three I'm cheering for. Right now, the deck stack, it looks like Benny probably is going to win. You kind of can start seeing when you get down to the final 4 and 5, who's the one that's kind of sticking themselves out there where you're going to see it. If he's sitting there on finale night, he could get the votes. Only reason Benny doesn't get the votes is if he's sitting beside a strong player like Keanu. I can see that happening. A lot going on in the Big Brother house. I cannot wait for finale night. We're going to try something special that night. I'm working on the back end to see if we can do it. So we're just working on that. But you've been watching It Stinks right here on the Boom Broadcasting. Till next week, we'll see you on It Stinks.